Hello again, dudes and dudettes. Welcome back to our week 1, day 2 instruction. I am going to go over our literacy worksheets, okay? So we have 3 literacy worksheets. We have nouns, AI vowel teams, and we have a reading comprehension. So we're going to start off with nouns. And a noun, I want us to remember. A noun is a person, place, or a thing. Now, this worksheet, it says person, animal, place, thing, which is totally okay because animals, guess what? Those are things. Those are nouns. So nouns are person, place, or thing. And we are going to look at each picture and decide, is this a person, place, or a thing? So take a look at this first one on the top left. That looks like a palm tree or a coconut tree of some sort. Now, the directions say, color a dot to show what type of noun for each picture. So, if I take a look at that tree, is this tree a person, animal, place, or a thing? It's definitely not a person, definitely not a place. Now, it's a plant, so we know it's not an animal, so it must be a thing. So I go ahead and color thing. Okay, we'll continue this for the rest of them. Just taking a look, I will actually tell you what these are, just in case we don't know. I know sometimes pictures can be tricky. Maybe it doesn't exactly line up with what we're imagining in our head. So I will tell you what this is. This next one, this is a baby. This next one is a toy duck. Notice, it's a toy duck. A real duck does not have wheels on it, does it? It also doesn't have one of those talking strings that Woody has. So, is this an animal or is this a thing? I would say this is a thing because it is a toy. Now, it's a toy animal, right? But it is not a real animal. Next, we have a chipmunk. I think you guys know what that is. This looks like a house, so you know what that is. This looks like a young boy. This looks like a playground. We have a man, an owl, a top hat. This looks like Frosty's top hat. Does anybody else make that connection? This looks like Frosty's top hat from Frosty the Snowman. Now this is a girl. This is the zoo. So I know it's just a sign, but I want you to think this is the sign for the zoo. So the zoo, is that a person, animal, place, or a thing? Now, we have a dog, a squirrel, a woman, a beach ball, a flower shop, and we have a raccoon. Okay, so I'm not going to answer any more of these for you. I would like you to try your best. Just remember, a noun is a person, place, thing, or animal. Alright, next page is an AI vowel team. Now, AI vowel team, remember this is a long A sound. Our long A sound. So that is what we'll be working with on this page. Now, let me read you these words. It says, color the AI words. I will read you the words, and you can color them. So here's laid, main, made, mat. Ooh, do you hear the difference between a short A and a long A? Made, mat. A. Okay. Dab, bait, ask, pain, bail, ham, fail, wait. Alright, so go ahead, color all the AI words in here. So, for example, I know laid is an AI word. So I would have colored laid. So go ahead, color all those AI words. Now it says spin, read, and write. Now I do not have a paper clip on me, and maybe you don't have a paper clip on you at home, so you might have to get creative with how you're going to spin. So I'm going to use my pen cap, and I'm going to see where I land. So it says spin, read, and write. So I'm going to spin. Whoops. I'm going to spin, and here, I'll just say that I landed on bail, okay? Bail. So I spun, I read, now I write. Bail. So I'd write bail right up here. B-A-I-L. Okay. Now I think we understand what we need to do for that. So as soon as we've spun all the letters, or spun all the words and written all the words, we will move down to here. Our word bank. So take a look at this. This might take us, this might take a little bit more thinking. Okay, boys and girls, this is why our tall letters and small letters become so important. Now I'm going to give you a couple hints to help you with this. Now we need to fill in each of these blanks with a word from our word bank. Now, if I were to look at this box here, what I should do first is I should count the number of boxes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that tells me I'm looking for a word with 4 letters in the word bank. So that means it could be pain, wait, bait. It could be all of them, right? They all have 4 letters. But the next thing we need to do is, where are the tall letters located and where are the small letters located? So right here, I notice I have a tall letter in the beginning and a tall letter at the end. So my word needs to have a tall letter in the beginning and a tall letter at the end. The only one with the tall letter in the beginning and one at the end is fail. So fail would go right here. Now let's do one more just to make sure we've got this under control. Now notice how this doesn't go up very high, boys and girls. So this isn't necessarily a tall letter, but it does go below that bottom line. So we have our 4-letter word, and our first letter needs to go below the bottom line if we were writing. Which one of these words would go into the box? Pain. Because pain has a P in the beginning, and P goes below that line we write on. Alright? So I think you guys should understand what we are doing for our AI vowel teams. Next, I will show us what we are doing for our reading comprehension. Okay? So phonics reading comprehension. We're still working with our AI sounds notice. Okay, so we're going to see a lot of words with that AI sound. And it says, read the passage and answer the questions. A day at the fair. Aiden just got paid. He goes to the fair. He takes the main train to the fair. Aiden wants to play a game. He has to wait in line. I don't like to wait, he says. At his turn, he races a sailboat. He wins. His prize is a pair of dice. Then it starts to rain. Aiden's hair gets wet. Then the rain turns to hail. This hail is a pain, he says. Aiden takes the main train home. Okay, boys and girls, I would like you guys now to try to read this on your own. So you can put the video on pause, read it on your own, try it 3 times, just like our fluency passage, and then come back and answer the questions. Alright, thank you for putting that video on hold. Here are the questions. Where does Aiden go? So remember, we need to figure out, where does Aiden go? It's in our passage, so let's figure it out in our passage, and we take our red crayon or a red marker and we'll highlight it in the passage. Okay, so where does Aiden go? After you highlight it, I'd like you to write it down. Now, how would we start our sentence? We would say, Aiden goes to blank. Okay, Aiden goes to blank. Now, when we write our sentences, remember, we always start with the capital. We need words that make sense when we read it back to ourselves. And we need punctuation at the end. Now, the punctuation we should be using is a period or an exclamation point, because we are not asking questions. So you can either use a period or an exclamation point. Number 2, what does Aiden win? Now we figure out, find it in the passage. What does Aiden win? Highlight it in orange, color it orange, and we'll write Aiden wins blank. So you'll fill in the blank. Aiden wins blank. Now, remember, capital letter, do my words make sense? And do I have punctuation at the end? What does the rain turn into? For number 3, what does the rain turn into? We color that in green, so find it in the story, highlight it in green, and we would say the rain turns into blank. Okay, the rain turns into blank. All right, one more friendly reminder, boys and girls. Capital. Do my words make sense when I read them back? And do I have punctuation at the end? We need those 3 things every time we write a sentence. All right, boys and girls, that does it for our day 2 of week 1 here, or day 2 of week 1. And I will see you guys tomorrow.